welcome to Burlington City Art's virtual Family Art Saturday. I'm Jessie, and today we're going to be curating our own nature library, and we'll probably in the process find a lot of these beautiful dandelions on our nature walk. This activity is inspired by artists Anne Percoco and Ellie, who are exhibiting the next Epoch seed library at Burlington City Arts. We're going to be starting this activity by going on a nature walk in our neighborhood. And when we're on that nature walk, we're going to be gathering sticks and flowers and rocks. And we're going to need something to put all of our newfound objects in. A paper bag, if you have one of those at home, works great for gathering all sorts of materials. Basket, perfect tool for gathering. Or you could make a gathering container special for this project. I've made one using a recycled cereal box and a string. I can hold my container by the string and then put all of my newfound objects right inside. So to make a container like this, you'll start with a found cereal box. Doesn't matter what kind of cereal it is, whatever you prefer. And I open it up like that. Then I decide how deep I want my cereal box to be. I'm just going to take my scissors and cut down one side. And then I'm just going to cut the top off. Alright, so now I've got a more manageable size gathering basket. I can trim this off if I think it needs a little. Alright, perfect. Now I need a string, so it's easy to carry. I've got a hole puncher. You can also use your scissors for this. I'm just going to take my hole puncher, punch one hole on each side, take some string, decide how long I want my strap to be, and just tie in a little knot. All right, I'm ready to go. Let's go on our nature walk. As we go out on our nature walk today, we don't need to find a hiking trail. Instead, we can just walk around our neighborhood. I'm gonna take a walk around a couple blocks and look for plants that maybe I pass by every day and don't notice. It's gonna be really fun to see, okay, what's actually growing just right where I live. Let's head out into the neighborhood and see what we can find. Immediately, of course, coming across some beautiful dandelions. Dandelions are so strong. I love it when I see them coming up through a sidewalk and things like that. We'll see if we can find some of those later. Awesome day for a walk. Lots of things to check out. Definitely want to make sure we look down low. Oh yeah, here's some more of that grapevine. Just swirling around the stick here. Sweet. Oh my gosh! And a whole house of ants. Whoa. Ah! Look at that. So while I'm collecting today, I want to be really careful and look closely before I touch any of the plants, because I don't want to accidentally touch something that's prickly or poisonous. So being really mindful and looking with my eyes before I touch and gather things. I also just want to take what I need. I don't want to over harvest anything. My library is going to be mini, so I only need a few things. Look at this find. Looks like some seeds of something. Anne and Ellie collected a lot of seeds for the next Epoch seed library. And they looked for seeds of plants that they saw thriving in really unexpected places. So right now, we're just at this little patch of grass near where the railroad goes by, and then there's just an abandoned lot behind that. But this plant, obviously was really happy growing here. I'm gonna collect some of the seeds. Maybe I'll plant a few and see what grows, because I don't know what kind of plant it is now. Looks like some Queen Anne's lace. I know that when I walk by this area in the summertime, it's full of Queen Anne's, so this must be some leftover seed pods. I'm gonna bring that back. Good thing to study in the library. I just found some incredible bark laying here on the ground. It's so beautiful. So I'm gonna pick some of this up and take it with us. There's a couple little bugs crawling on there. I'll probably let them crawl off first. Look at this, entire little gardens growing in the middle of the sidewalk. It's amazing. Such strong plants. Not quite sure what they are, but they are certainly resilient. This is why we want to look really carefully before we go and harvest any nature, because these bees, they're really happy it's spring too. Look at that. It's so cool. Check out these seed pods poking over the fence here. I'm not really sure what kind of seeds they are, but I think I might put some of them in my library and do a little research. See what kind of seeds they are. I always love it when I see flowers escaping their yards, moving into the streets. Pretty awesome. Look at this bunch of dandelions again. Dandelions! These weeds, they grow so strong. They're amazing. So my hands in my basket are feeling pretty full, and I've walked around 2 blocks. So I think I'm gonna head back and see what sort of items I found and how to start building my nature library. It's time to check out what we found. So I like to take a little bit of time to lay all of the wonderful finds I had and examine them, check them out before starting to build my library. Okay, I have laid out my collection. I just placed it on a piece of paper. Put things together. Oh man, my goodness. I went a little wild on the pine cones, but it's pretty exciting. A library is a collection of objects, and we are going to be the curators, which means we're going to look really closely at the objects that we have collected on our walk and decide, okay, which ones do I want to add to my library. One way you can curate your library and a way to display it would be in a glass or some sort of jar. So you could take a jar like this, and yesterday I did this project too. I filled this tiny little jar with all sorts of seeds and moss, and then I can hold it up to the window and I can look really closely at it and see all these sweet little things that were found in my neighborhood. I'm gonna put some of this green moss in there, maybe at the bottom. It'd be nice and soft. Probably want to figure out things that fit in there nicely. Oh, that's a nice one. As I get to hang out with my library collection, I will be able to study it a little bit more and try to figure out, okay, what kind of seeds are those? Oh, wow, that's cool. I've got this dandelion seed attached to these other seeds. They're both going in there, part of the collection. I think that's pretty stunning, just like that. Looks like a beautiful first library. So one of my nature libraries I made out of a tea box, and that's this one here. And I got a little elaborate, thought of it like a dollhouse for all of my nature finds. Made a little sign up top. It's got a little wooden roof. This piece started as a tea box, and when I was looking at the box, I saw that the lid looked like it could be the doorway to a library. And then I cut some windows so that you could see in. After I cut one, I noticed it was still pretty dark, so I cut some on the sides of my box here. I'm gonna do that here. I painted mine red, but you could certainly leave your tea box as is. And any kind of box will do. And let me show you inside this library. I added shelves out of cardboard. To make a shelf for my library, I just take a piece of cardboard and fold part of it down. That way I've got a space that acts like the shelf and then a space that can be attached to the back of the box. And I put it right inside the box. Sometimes it fits perfectly and doesn't need any glue, but if it doesn't hold up there straight, I can put a little glue on that back piece. But now I've got lots of display space in my library, just like so. I have this egg carton. It's pretty lovely. It was just in my recycling, but I think that each of these wonderful little places for where the egg was would be a great place to make my library. I could put something different in each one. If I didn't want them all, I could cut it down to make it a smaller library. Check it out. I think this little seed pod would make a great display for my library, and it'd also be part of the library. It sort of has this little boat-like bowl that I could load up with some things. I'm gonna try it. You can also use some of your natural objects as little platforms for your library. I could take a stone and say, all right, this is going to be the base of my nature library. Or this beautiful piece of wood here may act as a great display for my curated natural objects. And then I can say, all right, how am I going to organize it? I think I'll put this little pine cone here. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, the strawberry plant. I think that looks really nice next to it. So this awesome piece of wood that we found when we were in the woods, I think it's really beautiful. It's got all of these natural little shelves to make into a library. Let's see if I can do this. I can set it down on a table. You can see that it can stand on its own, making it really great. So I am going to select this for definitely one of my library pieces. It'll be part of my library, and then I'm going to curate some objects inside of it. I have totally enjoyed making these nature libraries and going on a walk around my neighborhood looking for nature in unexpected places. I hope you and your family have fun today. Enjoy the nature in your own neighborhoods and have fun curating. Remember, there's no wrong way to curate a nature library. What you find is going to be dependent on your neighborhood, and then the way you curate it, it's going to be up to you as an artist. So enjoy, have fun. I'm going to be back here for another playful Family Art Saturday, June 27th. I hope to see you then, and thank you so much. Have an amazing Family Art Saturday today. Bye!